Hello, my name is Sarah Kimley. I will be giving an instructional video on how to do the locally grown update once a week to send out to our customers. There's a lot of different versions of updates that are specific for different customers. So it's quite a long process. It usually takes me about an hour and a half, 2 hours if I'm efficient and have gotten used to it. So it'll take you longer when you first get started. We're going to obviously break this down into a lot shorter version, not go through the whole thing and try to make this as short as possible. But a way to help you is there are written out instructions in the intern binder in the how-to section. So definitely follow along this when you are following along with the instructional video as well. Okay, let's get started. So the first step is to open up certain documents. So we can go to the locally grown uh, folder in SharePoint in locally grown documents. And there is a few different documents that we will need. So the first one is local grown update call list. Oops, mistake. So you can see it pops up right here. We're going to print this one out, but just so you know, I have my own folder here, so I would suggest that any future interns have this as well, and it has all the documents you need. So you can just grab these from the SharePoint and bring them into your own folder and keep on your desktop at all times. So these include an internal local grown update, a master version. So you never touch that one because that one's just a backup in case we mess up this internal local grown update, and a local grown update call list, a blank local grown update, and organic blank local update. It's quite a lot. So what we need right now is we need the local grown update call list, a blank local grown update, and the organic blank local grown update. I would suggest printing all of these out. I find it easier to have these hard versions when I am doing the actual local grown update. Okay, so what you do with the organic blank local grown update is you go ahead and you bring that to Josh or the organic buyer at the time, and they will just go ahead and fill this out for you. They will put in medium, light, or heavy for the quantity that we have of each item, and they will tell you which farm it has. So you can go ahead and give that to them, print it out and give it to them physically, and then you don't really have to worry about that. So for the this will come later. But the first step on filling out the blank local grown update for the same thing, we have to call all of our farmers because there's quite a bit more conventional local grown farmers. So what I put together is this local grown call list. So we have all of these farms with their phone numbers, the vegetables that they have, and you go ahead and call them one by one, going down the list, and you put in how much they have, when the first harvest date is going to be available, and any notes that you have. I would suggest when you have all of these printed out to look at last week's local grown updates and see what they had and when they said it was going to be ready. So you're not like having them repeat over and over again. So for example, with Cherry Lakes, I had for last week that they said that the bell peppers and cabbage would be in a week. So how I would converse with them is says, are your bell peppers and cabbage ready this week like you had said last week? And it makes things a lot more efficient. So you go ahead and fill out all the information and on the call list by calling every single individual farmer. Definitely talk with Johnny first to make sure that he hasn't spoken with them previously, and maybe even talk to Eric to see if he has anything that he thinks you should know before you call. So after you write those in, you go to your blank local grown update and you write in who's going to have what when. You can do this any way you want, but definitely write down the farm names and whether they're going to have it throughout all 3 weeks, just 2 weeks, or just 1 week, or not at all. Don't even write that down the farmer if they don't have anything at all. And that way you can hand this to Johnny and he can put light medium, or heavy, because it's hard for us as interns to know exactly how much, swill the farmer is going to have of green beans, whether it's going to be a light load, heavy, or medium. Um, because it's all relative based off the acres that they have planted, and Johnny knows all of this information. So it's just better for him. You'll get the hang of it. Like, I'm starting to be able to put light, medium, or heavy in now that the season's really gotten started and it's a lot simpler. But at the beginning, definitely have Johnny do that. Okay, so that's how you get the information. This is the end of this particular video. Go to the second video to see how you actually enter it into the local grown update that you'll be sending to customers.